Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. We're on the way to Lakeland, Florida. This is about halfway between Orlando and Tampa, and we're going to a golf course community, and we're going to take a look at a problem that golf course behind the home, when it rains hard, and it's been raining hard here, water just pours across his yard and hits the street and just pours out onto the street. The association doesn't really care for that. They like for him to fix that. What's interesting is that it does this even 10, 15 days after the rain. So a lot of groundwater, and we'll take a look and see if we can figure out a solution. I'll also make that a drainage test for you, see if you come up with the same idea. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to go ahead and answer a few questions. There's a lot of great questions that keep coming up on comments, so let's take a look at that as well. Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're in Lakeland, Florida, at a golf course community, and what we're looking at is a drainage problem of water that seeps from the back of the yard all the way to the front. And you can see that it comes out right here through the curb all across the area. It goes all the way down, and of course it's running all the way down that hill. The problem is not so much that water's coming out here on the curb, but golf course community, homeowners association, they want that stopped. So we need to figure out a way to remove this water so it doesn't come up through the curb. And this is the question, the drainage test of the day. How would you solve this problem? Let me give you a couple more information so you can see what you could do. Okay, so we can see this hole filled up immediately with water, and it's continuing to rise slowly but surely. Water's been coming through this yard, coming out onto the street. Great deal of time between rains. It's been 10 days since the last rain, and you can see all this water. What would you do? In this hole, which is much deeper, when I first dug it, it was dry, but now you can see water has collected in the bottom. We're down about 2 feet. Water is beginning to rise. According to the homeowners, there is a French drain, gravel perforated pipe drain, that runs where I'm walking between the two homes that comes from this golf course. Remember, it's a golf course community. So there's a retention pond here. It's dry right now, but you still can see that water. There's a lot of water underground. Back here in the retention pond, there are 2 storm drains, one at each end, and it has steps where it steps down. If you look carefully, you'll see a storm drain back there. And if you look carefully this direction, sorry if I'm going too fast, there is a drain there as well, which picks up water from way up at the top and comes all the way down, draining that direction. But you can see it's dry. Remember all that water that was out front. Check the foundation. Foundation looks really good. No problems here. Water's quite deep. So you can kind of get a lay of the land. You know, I'm standing here by the storm drain. There's some palm fronds on top of the drain, but I guess that gets taken away. Just kind of get the lay of the land. Remember, this storm drain's 2 feet deep, and it's about 16 or 18 inches down to the driveway. So could you bring the water back to the storm drain? That's a good question. So I'm going to post my solution here at the end of the video.
Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today let's talk a little bit about the comments that we're getting on the YouTube video. They're really good comments. Almost all of the comments are asking the same question. It doesn't matter if it's about a catch basin or a downspout drain or a sump pump. They're all the same. People want to know where and how to do something. This is the DIY. This is the do-it-yourselfer. And it's not a question of, you know, can we do this job? It's they don't want to do it twice. In other words, let's say you have a basement and you've got water coming through the basement wall or at the seam at the floor. You know, what is the best way to solve that problem? Because you don't want to do it twice, and it is a lot of work. So on that particular problem, there's 2 ways to solve it. One is to dig down the exterior wall, which is quite deep, usually 8 to 10 feet, and you need to do the whole wall, perhaps 2 walls. A lot of excavation. You get down to the footer and you put a footer pipe in and a sump pump to lift that water up and send it out. At the same time, you're going to seal the wall with liquid rubber. Or second way is you could cut the interior floor and do the same thing. Basically, you're going to put a footer pipe, which is a French drain, underneath the concrete floor, right along the footer, just below the floor, send that to a sump pump and send it out. So, the real question that people are asking is, where do we install this? That's where we come in. I've offered the Skype consultation, FaceTime. If you have a question and you're really in doubt of where you should install something, give us a call. Get on the schedule. I promise you that I can help you decide what to do, how to do it, where to get materials, all of the above, and save you a whole lot of stress. Because, an example, my brother, he's working on his daughter's house, and he called me and he said, Chuck, what do you think's the best way to do this basement wall? He showed me the wall, and this is in North Carolina, but it's down 8 or 10 feet on the outside. Very difficult for one person to do all by himself, and he's just trying to fix a problem for his daughter. He could dig down that wall, but really it's going to be 2 walls because it has to discharge someplace, and he's on a hill. It's a walkout basement, so it would come around 2 walls and discharge to gravity. The other option I gave him would be you could actually trench the inside floor. Interesting, it's a monolithic slab. There is no footer, which is unusual in North Carolina, but there is no footer. So he was afraid to cut that floor. That won't hurt anything. You just go ahead and cut the floor, install the footer pipe, send it to a sump pump, or you could go on out, gravity out through the walkout to the backyard. But in addition to that, I would suggest that you put up a membrane. So you have a basement wall, water's coming through that wall, not just at the seam, but all the way through the block. So you put up a membrane. You've got a fake wall right here, and that could be aluminum, or it could be dimple board, or even as simple as plastic, although I wouldn't recommend plastic, plastic sheeting. But as water comes through the basement wall, it's going to be trapped between these 2 walls, and it goes down where you've cut the floor into the footer pipe, and then that pipe and gravel carries it away. And then you build a second, a little fake facade wall. Just put some sheetrock, cover it up, paint it, and you're done. There's a lot of work there, but that's a real simple and permanent fix to a basement problem. So again, if you're not sure of where to install something, give me a call, please. I'll be happy to help. It's $50, but well worth the $50. I'll give you so much information that I promise you'll be happy. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.
Okay, solving this problem, remember, the Homeowners Association does not want this water to come out onto the curb. So it's easy to collect the water, but what do you do with it once you've collected it? Our solution is to put in a French drain between the sidewalk and the curb. That goes down to a sump pump, and the sump pump is going to send it back uphill all the way to the storm drain. That way it stays underground, and there is no more water that comes out onto the street.